This is the Gamepad controller accessory for the new Atari Gamestation Go, but you can't have one. At least not until December when they start to ship. So if you get your Gamestation Go and want to play 2 players, what can you do? Well, if you have one of these, you may be in luck. I'll explain next.
This video brought to you in part by Tommy and the Order of Cosmic Champions. This exciting and heartwarming coming-of-age Gen X novel is available now. Check the link for more info.
Hey there, welcome back to GenXGrownUp. I'm John, I am a GenXGrownUp. Thank you for taking the time to click on this video. And yeah, the new Gamepad controller accessory for the Gamestation Go has all the same controls, the spinner, the trackball, all the bumpers and everything from the Gamestation Go, but it's not going to ship for another couple of months. And Gamestation Go's are starting to ship now. I started to hear word from people that they're getting shipping notifications of their pre-orders. Well, it turns out, if you have a Gamestation Pro sitting around, while not quite a replacement for that gamepad, you might not be left dead in the water. You have some options. Let me explain. Both this gamepad and arcade stick are going to be great control options for your Gamestation Go, but I say will in the future tense because we're not allowed to have them until December. Right now, when you get a Gamestation Go, there is no second controller available, even though some games require a second controller. And by now, you're probably picking up on what I'm putting down. It turns out, if you have the Atari Gamestation Pro controllers, there is some limited compatibility between them and the Gamestation Go. Let's start with caveats. This is not an advertised or supported feature, number one. Number two, all of the functions are not available using a Gamestation Pro controller, but some are, and depending on what you're trying to do with multiplayer, you may be in good shape. And thirdly, this only works hardwired, connected right up to the ports on the back of the Gamestation Go. So I have both of my Gamestation Pro sticks here. Now you might recognize they're all kind of blinged out using some of the cool add-on accessories, the ball topper and the spinner expander, paddle expander, I guess, that we had that my buddy Paul makes. I'll put links to some of those videos up in the corner if you don't know what I'm talking about. But these otherwise are just stock Gamestation Pro controllers. So what I'm going to do is just connect them USB-C on both ends. So USB-C into the Gamestation Pro controller, and then USB-C into the back of the Gamestation Go. You'll see there are 2 ports. Each one is labeled controller 1 and controller 2. So plug into the one that you want this to be. I'm going to go ahead and plug them both in. So with that set up, let's quickly explore what you can and can't do so you don't go into this thinking like, oh, this is the end-all be-all. It's really not, and I don't think it was supposed to work. It's just something that we can kind of do until we can get our hands on the right controller. So you can navigate the menu from here, certainly. The A button, so the A, B, and C buttons work for sure if those in fact are the buttons you need to press. So I can go in there. Let me pick a, let's see. Well, let me just start with adventure. A surprising amount does work. So select button is going to work in Atari 2600 games, as well as the start button. So I can hit start and begin a game. We might want to also check, what about the menu button? So all right, so the menu button is going into the menu like it should. So that's good, so I can save a game. All right, and B should get me out. Yep, that worked. Okay, the menu works. All right, all that is good. Select and start, and home I can play the game, of course. The joystick works. And the home button also works. Okay, now that's all for player 1. Now what about a 2-player game? So I thought I would quickly go into, let's do Air Sea Battle, because it even says on the screen, look, requires 2 controllers for 2-player. So let me go ahead and start that. So before we even start the game, you can see that player 1 is controlling player 1. And in fact, if you move it on the console, that's still player 1 as well. But over here, here's your player 2. Let's start the game. I can start it over here. So here's player 2 moving and shooting. Yep, here's player 1 moving and shooting. All that works. Further, that's just one button. Let's jump into some 7800 games. I was looking at Asteroids, so that's easy to do 2-player as a demonstration. So I'm going to use Game Select to choose 2-player. Novice is fine. And I'm going to start. So here's the player 1, right? And B up here is the hyperspace. We're great. All right, let's kill this ship. All right, and then over here we have player 2. Yep. Haha. Hyperspace. Yep, so that works. So the buttons, like A, B, and C seem to work. Now, of course, we're missing so many buttons. We're missing the X and Y button. We're missing the shoulder bumpers. We're missing the spinner. We're missing the trackball. But we do have a paddle. So I was curious And let's come down to Super Breakout. Okay, now I was concerned because I know this is a spinner and work was done on the spinner to be able to be interpreted as a paddle, so I wondered if whether or not this paddle would even be recognized or not. So let's go to a 2-player game. There we go. And I can use the paddle just fine, and it works, since it's hardwired, it works great. Look at that. And let's go ahead and lose the ball so I can go to player 2. So let's just let him go over there. Player 2, there he goes. So there's cross-compatibility here that was neither expected nor advertised, nor, I'm sure, supported. Now, does it have Smart Glow? Does it have a trackball? Does it have all the different controls? No, it doesn't have any of that. But if you're looking to play simpler games, even probably some simpler arcade games, from the Pico Jalico stuff, I think it just might be in luck until or unless you're ready to pull the trigger and get the official controller accessories that come out in December. So you've got the settings button, you've got the home menu, the select and the start, A, B, and C, and even the paddle works. I was curious whether or not the Recharge games would react to this at all, so I check out Breakout Recharged and find out. Okay. Oh, A worked. We're halfway home. Oh, okay, the joystick works. Let's see. Oh, look at there. Look at there. It might be a little slower than the spinner is. I'm not sure, the sensitivity or something, but I mean, it definitely works. And now look, all of this is to say, again, I'll reiterate, this is not the official controller. And if you're looking to pick up the official one, links down in the video description where you can go ahead and pre-order. This is supposed to come out in December. The arcade stick hasn't even showed up for pre-order yet, but you know the gamepad is. But in the meantime, you're not left hanging. Using those old GSP joystick controllers with your new Gamestation Go, while not a perfect solution, at least gives you options. It's good to know that there's some cross-compatibility between the platforms, even though they weren't fully advertised as being cross-compatible. So, little food for thought. Consider that in between now and when you get your hands on one of the official gamepad controllers. Meanwhile, I'll throw links to other GSG coverage I've done recently over my shoulders here and here that you can watch right now. Of course, I certainly hope you found something to enjoy in this video. I can't wait to talk to you again next time. Bye-bye.